Welcome to day 3 of the 30-day video challenge, the story of me. Today, talking a little bit more about my personality and concepts and learning of how to become a leader. We had our leadership training bonus class today, and so we had 2 great examples that I felt would be fitting to share here. The first one, it was working with board breaking and showing the kids they were kind of struggling to get the board to break. And so I told them, it's like, okay, well, let's elevate our training here. If you don't break the board in 1 kick, give yourself 5 push-ups. And instantly, everybody had more focus, had more power, had better intensity. And so what I showed them, or what I was teaching them, was that when you put a consequence to something, you naturally care more and therefore try harder. So how could they apply that in their everyday life? And I think that's an important personality trait, is that don't just hope for the best. Don't just wish for things. Actually create the future that you want. And what steps are you taking to get towards that? And by putting consequences in place for the things that you don't want, you are naturally going to steer yourself more towards being successful and happier in life. The second conversation was during our sparring, talking about confidence versus selective confidence. And all too often I see people that have selective confidence try to convince themselves or convince me that they are confident. And there's a huge difference. Confidence is something that's universal. So for example, you could drop me in any situation, anywhere, and I would be able to feel confident about being myself, having conversations, or being in that environment. It's not my uniform that makes me confident. It's not my belt that makes me confident. And so what we were talking about in sparring was the students were showing selective confidence. And what I meant by that was when they sparred somebody that they thought they were better than, they were really trying and they were really attacking and moving strong. But when they were up against somebody they thought were a lot better than them, then they were a lot more timid, a lot more defensive. They didn't try to throw too many techniques. And then eventually when they were against their siblings, they were just like a wild cat because they just have all kinds of emotions and start to throw those in. So you are confident depending on who you're sparring means you are selectively confident. How do you apply that in life? Are you confident in your own sandbox, but if you're pushed out into someplace else, you're not confident? Well, at that point, then you're not truly confident. And that's something that we really want to work on by the time the kids get their black belts. And again, I'll hear this from a lot of the candidate belts. Well, I really want to be a black belt. I'm going to be a black belt. Okay, what did you do today to improve your confidence? Or what did you do today to improve your discipline? Oh, well, we didn't have school today, so I just played video games all day. Well, then you're not showing the discipline that you need in order to get to black belt, right? If you're not showing the confidence, if you're not showing the respect, all of this ties in and needs to be universal. Now, what we do, the secret sauce to this, is we start selectively in the karate school. We teach the students saying yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. Speak when spoken to. Be respectful. Take care of your own things. Be responsible. So that therefore they can start to become more confident, better, more respectful, or better disciplined in a universal set. But it is a growing sphere. So naturally, if the kids don't have very much discipline, that circle or sphere is going to be really small. But as they get better, then it's going to start to expand. My goal is by the time they are black belts, they are walking examples of that everywhere they go. So that's definitely something that I think is important in personality and a little bit more insight into the story of me. That is day number 3 in the can. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.